The News Day continues here on One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. An agriculture group welcomes President Bongbong Marcos's move to impose a price ceiling on rice. SINAG President Rosendo Sol says the 45 peso price ceiling on rice is achievable since farm gate prices will be at 25 pesos at the maximum. Marcos signed an order imposing a 41 peso per kilo ceiling for regular milled rice and 45 peso per kilo cap on well-milled rice. This was done to address soaring prices of the staple on markets that reach as high as 60 pesos per kilo.
Yung sa 25 na pesos na palay na mabibili, delivered to Manila, yung bigas is 41 pesos. And kung 41 pesos yan, plus 2 pesos sa wholesaler and 2 pesos sa retailer, achievable yung 45 pesos. And with the move of the President, hindi na itong mga buyer nito, hindi na pupunta sa probinsya at bumili ng ganun kataas na palay. So, ma-stabilize yung presyo sa 23 to 25 and mas mabilis na ma-achieve yung 45 pesos na well-made price.
Meanwhile, an economist believes that imposing a price ceiling on products to curb inflation is a terrible option.
It will be great if it can be implemented. However, I think we draw our lessons from our experiences. It can only give way to anti-market or deviation from market practices, like what the farmers organization said, that it can lead to mislabeling and so forth. Okay. Price ceilings are never the most favored option when we are dealing with inflation. That's terrible.
In line with that, President Marcos urges the public to immediately report if retailers go over the imposed price ceiling on regular milled and well-milled rice. Marcos assures consumers that the police and the local agriculture department offices are open should there be any violations on the price cap. The president also noted that a system has been created to make sure that the order is being imposed. This will be done through regular monitoring and inspections by the Interior, Justice, Agriculture, and Trade departments. They will focus on Metro Manila, where Marcos believes the prices of rice are uncontrollable.
Because all of those agencies already have regular inspections when it comes to other issues. So they will now apply the price ceilings that I have ordered in the EO that I signed yesterday, so that to make sure the prices stay within the limits that we have prescribed. Now, the real problem is in NCR. It's not so bad outside of Manila, Metro Manila. That's why maybe we will be focusing our efforts in Metro Manila.
Meanwhile, the Trade Department clarifies that the price ceilings are exclusively for regular milled and well-milled rice. This was put in place because both types of rice are the ones commonly consumed by the public. Special and premium rice will not be subjected to price caps, while the ceiling for imported rice will be based on the Customs Bureau's reference price. In other news, President Bongbong Marcos maintains that Philippines will continue asserting its maritime rights in the West Philippine Sea. This comes following China's release of a new map with an extended 10-dash line that included parts of the disputed waters. Marcos said that the government will, quote, respond to all these, but did not divulge how. He also noted that the support from other nations has been a very big help for the country. The Foreign Affairs Department earlier said that Beijing's new map has no basis under international law. Several countries have earlier protested China's new 10-dash line map. India also rejected China's claims and filed a protest against the new map. Meanwhile, Taiwan again denied that it is part of China and reiterated its sovereignty. Vietnam noted that China's claims based on the map have no value and violate Vietnamese and international laws. Malaysia, whose Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim recently met with the Chinese Foreign Minister, maintained that China's map has no binding authority over it. In Hong Kong, several establishments have closed as Typhoon Saola, known as Goring here in the Philippines, approaches. Signal number 8 is currently hoisted over Hong Kong. Chinese authorities said Saola could be among the 5 strongest typhoons to hit Guangdong, the province which encompasses Hong Kong since 1949. Saola is expected to make landfall tonight or tomorrow morning in the area. More stories coming your way after a quick break. Stay with us. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. The 2-month dry run for the cashless toll collection has begun in select plazas today. Gerard De La Peña with the report.
Signages are all over the North Luzon Expressway informing motorists that select toll plazas will no longer be accepting cash payments starting Friday. This is part of the 2-month dry run of the cashless toll collection in all toll roads across the country. Included in the run are 23 toll plazas along SLEX, NLEX, Esitex, Tiplex, Cavitex, Galax, Nai Expressway, Skyway, and the Cavitex C5 link. The Toll Regulatory Board observed that there was traffic buildup of vehicles without RFIDs in some toll plazas, like in Pulilan in Bulacan and San Simon in Pampanga, where motorists were immediately asked to have RFIDs installed in their vehicles.
Magiging cashless na raw yung lahat ng toll plaza. Kaya nagpalagay. Ano na rin kami maglagay.
There are also motorists who have RFID stickers but with insufficient balance.
May dati na ako, ang problema, sabi ko, walang load. Ngayon may dry run sila, kaya obligado nga lang magpapalit.
At the Balintawak Toll Plaza, many lined up for RFID installation.
Nakikita ko na siya sa mga advertisement pagpasok ko sa paglabas ko. Sa busy ko rin siguro sa trabaho, kaya ganun. Hindi ko
May lang nagkatime.
Oo, nakatime.
The TRB said RFIDs are not mandatory as of now, but it will be eventually.
Meron pa po tayong sinusunod na addendum dito sa department order na we should still allow at least a gasoline that is listed or napalitan at naakendahan. Nung walang mga RFID ay hindi na natin pwedeng papasukin sa darating na panahon.
If things go well during the dry run, the TRB will recommend its full implementation to the Transportation Department.
Kung maganda naman po ang magiging resulta na number one, fully ready na ang lahat ng electronic collection systems, hardware systems ng ating mga toll operators for such an eventuality na full cashless na tayo, then we'll recommend po sa DOTR.
Toll operators have deployed RFID installation centers in various toll plazas for the convenience of the motorists. For News 5, Gerard de la Peña, we are One News.
We now give you a quick look at today's other top stories. The Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines is now part of the Anti-Communist Task Force of the government. The representatives from the CBCP will be Bishop Reynaldo Evangelista and Father Jerome Ceciliano as his alternate. The NTF-LCAC was reorganized and expanded in a bid to make the approach to end local insurgency more holistic. The number of households in the country that used bikes for cycles rose by 36%. That's equivalent to 10 million in 2023 based on a survey by the social weather stations. This was higher than 29% or 7.3 million cycling households in April 2022. SWS says 23% of these, or 6.4 million households, use their own bikes. The Justice Department has suspended the implementation of revised guidelines for outbound Filipino travelers. This is on the back of two Senate resolutions that found the tweaked overseas travel requirements too burdensome. Recall that the Interagency Council Against Trafficking came out with a seemingly stricter guideline for overseas trips, which includes subjecting travelers to longer questioning from immigration and airport officers. The FIBA World Cup has finally come to the Philippines, giving its basketball-crazed fans a first-hand glimpse of the global showcase. Witness the country's journey in securing the co-hosting stint along with Indonesia and Japan with sa wakas FIBA sa Pinas.
The host of the 2019 FIBA Basketball World Cup is China.
We felt bad. We went back to the hotel with Chairman MVP. We were, I guess, drinking ourselves with our own sorrows at the time and saying, you know, wow, sayang.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking, and they gave me a plaque to thank me for the Philippine participation. FIBA did so. Yeah.
We did not let go of the dream. And then now, we're hosting it.
This year's FIBA Basketball World Cup takes place for the first time across 3 host nations, the Philippines, Japan, and Indonesia.
Well, the biggest basketball event of the year is set to tip off when the 2023 FIBA World Cup tips off.
Preparations for the FIBA Basketball World Cup are in full swing as fans anticipate the biggest basketball event of the year.
Determination lang. Magic eh. It was just magic.
There was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears because the country's reputation, our people's reputation, were at stake. We can't fail the Philippines.
Catch sa wakas FIBA sa Pinas here on One News and One Sports on Saturday, September 2 at 6:30 in the evening. One News Now will be back at 6 p.m. with the day's latest stories. I'll see you then. I'm Denise Tan. We are One News.